What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy here on Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined by my matching co-hosts, Joey Wright and John Luke Garofalo. And joining us today, making his inaugural Fantasy Football Game Show appearance, we've got Mike Talas with us. Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here.
We're gonna forgive the Florida State hat since it's your first time on the show. I guess you didn't get the memo, especially with them playing Clemson this week, but we'll let it slide this time. We got Craig stopping by in the chat. Our chat historian letting us know that today is Mike's inaugural appearance. Everybody, if you are not already familiar with our friend Mike, you can find him on Twitter at FF Talas. It's right there below his face on the screen. He's the senior manager of charting over at FTN Data and a writer at FTN Bets. And we got people in the chat ready to watch Mike take on myself in jail in some Jeopardy today. Ladarius stopping by with a good afternoon all, hoping all is well with all.
That was very sweet of you, Ladarius.
I hope all's well with you as well. We got Grim fans stopping by as well. We'll answer that question in a moment, and also wants to see some sandwiches in today's game.
1 week, I'll remember. 1 week. There might be a sandwich question. No, there's not.
No sandwiches this week, Grim. My apologies. We got Dame in the chat saying, what it do, FYF? Happy Wednesday to all. What it do, Dame? Welcome in. And Jay stopping by with the happy Wednesday, FYFers. And letting us know that Mike is a fellow Jahan Dotson truther. Where does that love end, Mike? In Dynasty, do you prefer Jahan Dotson over his teammate Terry McLaurin?
I do, but I haven't looked all that intelligent so far this year. Terry McLaurin made a phenomenal play, phenomenal touchdown grab this weekend, and Jahan Dotson, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't gotten into the end zone yet. So we'll hope that changes this weekend.
2 weeks, limited data, even though we are getting some new data. We'll see how it plays out. We had a question from Grimfan in here before we get into our game. We talked a little bit about the Nick Chubb injury already. Unfortunately, he's out for the year, hoping a quick recovery and a full recovery for him going into next season. With that being said, there was news today. What everybody expected to happen, the most obvious signing that we could have guessed is happening. The Browns are signing back veteran running back Kareem Hunt after letting him walk earlier this season. Mike, I'm going to throw this one your way first. Whenever you're assessing this running back situation here, do you think all the managers that just spent up big fab to add Jerome Ford to the roster should be concerned about Kareem Hunt signing here?
Concerned, yes. But if we look at the efficiency numbers of Kareem Hunt, the last time he was in Cleveland, they weren't great. It was his lowest yards per carry that he had his entire time there. I think it was at 3.8. And I like Jerome Ford. He showcased a little bit of that dynamic explosion where he almost got in the end zone, came up a yard short. I was previously a Jerome Ford dynasty manager. I still currently am. I threw him right on the block this morning. So I think he's still the guy. So if you spent 75 fab dollars on him, I still like him. Is he going to cede some work? Sure. But I still think he's the dynamic back to have in that backfield.
I stand similar to you here, Mike. I'm concerned, but I think Jerome Ford ends up being the more valuable of these two players come season's end. That being said, I think the upside is pretty capped. Neither of these players is Nick Chubb, and this Browns offense isn't a rush first offense. It's a Nick Chubb rush first offense. And they're going to have to change the way that this team operates. It's not going to be just Nick Chubb's role suddenly belongs to these backs. Deshaun Watson's going to have to pick it up in the passing game, or it's going to be a rough sledding for this Browns offense. Joey, do you have any more optimism for Kareem Hunt maybe, or are you on the Jerome Ford side here?
I'm on the Jerome Ford side. I said yesterday I didn't think Kareem Hunt was going to come to Cleveland because I thought there were personnel issues with them, with the Cleveland Browns front office. They weren't getting along, so when they let him walk, I was wrong, or they mended fences. Let's hope they mended fences. That'd be nice if that's what was happening behind the scenes with Kevin Costner there in the front office with the Browns, which is basically how I expect the Browns to run their team. I love Jerome Ford. I think coming into the season, there was a lot of fantasy analysts that were in on Ford when Chubb was in place. And I think now we're going to get to see the Jerome Ford show. That offensive line there for Cleveland is fantastic, and I'm expecting big things from them this year.
A bit more optimism, Brian. Jerome Ford for Joey. We got Kaysen in here saying, yo, what's up, Kaysen?
Yo.
Danvers in here saying, hello, FYF fam. Big Tallahassee show we got today. It is a big Tallahassee show we got today.
Yeah, Joey brought out the collared shirt just for the Tallahassee show.
Yeah.
Got to stay
One
classy.
time they've seen him. I'm sorry.
We got Dustin in here said, you know my feelings on Kareem Hunt. He is hot, wet, trash. Yes, Dustin, we are well aware of your disdain for Kareem Hunt, but we'll see how this plays
We're
out.
not sure why.
I think it's because they have the same favorite color and got in a fight over it the last time they met. He said, no, my favorite color is blue. And you know how things devolve from there. Well, guys, with that being said, we are going to get into our game of Fantasy Football Jeopardy today. Before we do that, a couple reminders. First and foremost, if you're not following our guest on Twitter, make sure you go remedy that right now. You can find him there at FF Talas and check out his work with FTN data and FTN bets while you're there. After you do that, head on back over here to our YouTube channel and make sure you hit that subscribe button at Front Yard Fantasy. It's the easiest way to show your support for what we're doing. Every time the like button gets hit, Joey is adopting another cat for the next week. So fill up Joey's house with cats and help give them all a loving home. After you do that, guys, one more reminder. If you're looking to get ahead in your week 3 DFS lineups, go to fantasylime.com/NFL to sign up for your 7-day free trial of their all-pro subscription. With that being said, we're going to get into some Fantasy Football Jeopardy. I'm going to explain the rules, and then Joey is going to take it over and tell us the categories. If you've ever watched the popular TV show Jeopardy, you're pretty well prepared for today's game because it's going to look a lot like that, but with a couple big changes. First and foremost, most of these questions will be about the NFL or fantasy. We also will not be buzzing in. We're going to be going in turn order in this game. And one other change because of that, if you get your question right, you will get to pick the category for the contestant that goes after you. Not the point value, but the category. So you can be nice, you can be mean, you can send them wherever you want as long as you get your question right. We'll go like this till we run out of time or run out of questions, at which point we will move into Final Jeopardy. This is the one and only question in this game, the way we're playing it, where you can lose money. Because before Joey asks it, he's going to ask each of us to write down a wager between 0 and the total amount of money that we've earned so far. Get it right, you're going to earn all that money that you wagered. Get it wrong, you're going to lose every last cent of it. Whoever has the most money at the end of Final Jeopardy is our champion for today, and we will have our Coles cash to you within 48 business millennia.
Perfect. All right, guys, let's pull the board up here. I'm going to explain the categories to you. The first category is called Catch This. This will be questions about the act of catching the football. Catch this. NFL name, geography. I will give you a description of a geographic location, and you will tell me what NFL player I'm talking about. It'll kind of unveil itself as we go there. Grab bag could be literally any question at all that came into my brain while I was putting this game together. Former teammates. I'm going to give you 2 NFL players, and you tell me when they were, not when, but what team they both played for. So when they were teammates, but they're no longer teammates. A popular category for Fantasy Fortune. And this last category is probably going to get me canned from the show today. It's called NFL Team Movies. I will give you a plot synopsis of a movie, and you tell me what the title of the movie would be using an NFL team name. So the answers will all be NFL team names. Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's so good. So NFL team movies. This is going to be a fun day, everybody. All right. Mike, you're our guest, and you get to go first today. So pick your category and your value.
Let's go NFL team movies, 300.
You have made a good decision, my friend.
Brave man.
All right. The Vatican moves to the desert.
Oh, let's see. I maybe need this category explained again. The Vatican moves to the desert.
The answer will be an NFL team name. So city and mascot or team name.
All right. So we're going to go Arizona Cardinals.
That is correct. That is the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh, that took me a minute. But I think
what's the movie?
I think I've got it.
That's a movie plot. So these are made up movies that I made up in my little noggin here. So
so they're just stories?
Yes. So it's a movie plot. So the Vatican
or like a story. It's just like a story that you came up with.
Yes, in my brain, it's a movie plot. These movies do not exist.
The only thing making it a movie is that.
Yes, this could very well be NFL books. Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you.
But all right. So Mike, you got that correct. Congratulations, Mike. You get to send JL to his first category. Where would you like to send JL?
JL, I'm not going to do you dirty like that. Let's go NFL name geography.
All right, geography. Let's go 300.
300. Lights, camera, action. for this wide receiver who plays in the same division where the movies are made, but doesn't play there himself?
There's 2 teams. Let's go with.
So let me explain this again. This is NFL name geography. This will be an NFL player's name.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I will then go with Devontae Adams.
Sorry, it's Hollywood Brown.
Damn.
Hollywood
Chat was all
Brown.
over this one, looking at it down there. And this is a reminder at this point, if you want to play along in the chat, throw your answers in there. We'll shout you out for getting it
the
right.
nickname.
And we'll jump the other way and mock you if you're very wrong down there.
Joey, why do I need a bachelor's degree to understand your trivia questions?
Hey, I got
on
this
here?
one.
You have a bachelor's degree.
I'm sorry. Once again, I did. Oh, and this isn't the one I said was going to get me fired. All right. So, JL, you missed that. So, Simon, you get to pick your next category and your value.
I'm going to go NFL name geography for 500.
A romantic player who towers above defenders, well, as long as they're under 6 foot.
A romantic player who towers above defenders as long as they are under 6 foot. Romantic. What's romantic? Paris Campbell.
Simon, you sniffed that right out. Good job, my friend.
Got there, baby.
Good job. All right. Simon, you got that right. You can send Mike to his next category, and you get to choose your
See
value.
the chat all coming in saying Romeo Dubs now.
going
Romeo
Romeo
Dobbs. Geography. I was thinking I went Francis romantic. Trey Lance. No, Paris. There we are.
Tower, the Eiffel Tower. There was a little clue in there. Tower.
I'm going to send Mike to former teammates here.
I'll go 300.
All right. Stephon Diggs and Dalvin Cook.
Minnesota Vikings.
You are correct, Mike. You are knocking this game out of the park.
Woo.
Well done, my friend. All right. Let's see. I think we had a question in here. Where did it go? Oh, it went far, far up the board. Everybody's answering all my questions.
I got it right here. Kason came in
there it
and
is.
asked this, wanted to know, should I start Jerry Jeudy or James Cook at flex this week? So James Cook off to a hot start there in Buffalo. Jeudy coming back to this Broncos offense. Mike, if you're making this decision, which one of these players are you plugging in?
I'm going to roll with James Cook. He looked hot last week. I need to see something from Jeudy first. So yeah, I'm going with James Cook, 100% confident about that this week.
John Luke, what about you? Are you agreeing with Mike here that it's James Cook in this game against the Commanders instead of Jeudy in what should be a relatively high-scoring game against the Dolphins?
Yeah, I do agree with Mike. I'm going to go the running back over Jeudy. He hit the nail on the head. Wide receiver uncertainty in that Denver Broncos offense. Give me the Cook.
I like Jeudy, but I'm going Cook here as well. Joey, are you going to make it a sweep?
Yep. Sweep,
It's
sweep,
a
sweep.
Clean sweep, baby. Hope that was helpful, Kason.
All right. Well, Mike, you got that question correct. So you get to
Okay.
choose JL's category.
NFL team movies.
All right, so let's go 500.
All right, JL. Okay. This is a long one. Bear with me. A group of lepers retired to a condo on the Gulf of Mexico where they sell their body parts as they fall off for discount prices.
I got you.
New Orleans.
Is that your final answer?
That is.
Sorry, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they moved to the Gulf of Mexico where Tampa Bay is, and they sell Buccaneers.
I got you, Joey. I was sitting there looking at it.
Oh,
Kason very close with the guess of Madagascar in the chat. That I was debating between Madagascar and Tampa Bay Buccaneers in my head, but Dustin got this one as well. And Jay saying this is the question that gets Joey fired.
That's not the first time Jay said that to me this week about that question.
Before we move on to our next question here, we did have some more questions in here. One from we're just going to call you that because I don't know how you say the rest of it. Said I traded Evans and Swift for Jamar Chase. Did I win it? JL, I'm going to throw this to you first. How are you feeling about this trade?
Yes, you won it. Absolutely.
Joey, you're a bit
Jamar Chase.
You're a bit higher on Mike Evans maybe than some. Are you with JL here though, that this is a win for the person getting Chase?
He got the number 2 overall player in fantasy and during draft season in my mind. So yeah, you won this trade. Good job.
Mike, are you any more concerned about Jamar Chase's slow start than these two, or is this going to be another unanimous one here?
Oh, this is unanimous. A+.
A+. Nice job. You're Eric in here with another question for us. In half PPR, would you trade T. Higgins and James Conner for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Dameon Pierce? Mike, I'll throw this one to you first. Are you making this move?
That is a tough one, half PPR. I think I'm going to stick with Higgins and Connor. Higgins might take a slight bump down. Connor has been the absolute bell cow there. Amon-Ra, it's half PPR. If it was full, I think I would go that side. And Pierce, I'm just not buying low on him at this point.
It's close. I want to shout out our friend Alex Caruso for pointing out a stat today around T. Higgins. T. Higgins is one of 2 players in the NFL with 5 end zone targets through 2 weeks. Him and Tyler Lockett are the only ones sitting at that number. So even though that volume may go down, T. Higgins is being used in a highly valuable way in that offense. JL, are you agreeing with Mike here? Are you staying put on the Higgins-Connor side, or are you moving over to the Amon-Ra Pierce side of this one?
So even, I would just stay put on whatever side you're on. Both these guys have similar risk and reward trade-offs.
I see Joey heavily debating this one down here. It's got one of your favorite players on that Pierce side, but I'm guessing the turmoil is coming from still liking the Higgins side better.
No, it's so even that I think there's a part of fantasy that I like to talk about, that it's supposed to be fun. And for me, since I'm wanting to have fun, because it's so even, I would go Amon-Ra St. Brown and Dameon Pierce because I like both of those players. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown more than T. Higgins. And then the Pierce Connor, it's just a toss-up for me. So I guess I would be more on the Amon-Ra St. Brown side.
All right. Well, that's it for the questions for now. If you guys have more, throw them in the chat. We'll get to them.
Please.
Joey, I'm going to pass it back to you running this game right here. Whose turn is it?
Well, Simon, it's your turn. So you get to pick your category and your value.
Let's go grab bag 300.
What year did Jeopardy premiere on television? 1964, 1974, 1984, or 1994?
Man, what a good question in a game about Jeopardy. I'll say that seems like the blue. What decade was blue? The 70s were blue. So I'm going to say 1974.
I'm sorry, Simon. It was 1964.
The 60s were blue. Damn it.
Yeah.
So close.
Sorry about that. JL, where were you in 1964?
I was dead or pre-dead. I don't know. What do you call that?
You were 2.
Pre-dead? Reverse dead.
You were 2.
Oh, wait. That's not how it works.
That's not how 1964 works.
Well, Mike, you get to choose your own value. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to go Team Movies 400. I'm digging it.
All right. A pesticide company, down on their luck, moves their headquarters to the city with the most hotel rooms in the United States.
Pesticide company.
I'd watch this movie.
Headquarters to the city with the most hotel rooms in the United States. So I'm thinking that's going to be New York. I'm just going to go Las Vegas. Yeah, let's go Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders.
That is correct. It is the Las Vegas Raiders. Raid is a type of pesticide. Very good, Mike. You're going to get $400 there. And how are you guys after, what are we through 2 weeks now? Mike, I want to ask you, how are you feeling about this Las Vegas Raiders offense this season?
I have one team with Devontae Adams. I liked his usage at the beginning of the game. I feel like the receiving options might end up being where the value is now. I don't like Josh Jacobs' start to the year. I've never really been a Josh Jacobs guy, so I would take Jacoby Myers and I would take Devontae Adams, but that's about it.
So we got Jay Corn in here with a question in a 10-team league. Jay, I'm going to throw this to you. Trade Dameon Pierce and Jordan Addison for Jahmyr Gibbs. Ooh. What side would you rather have there in a 10-team league?
Give me that Gibbs side.
Okay.
I don't trust Pierce to be the main guy on that Texans offense throughout the season. I think we'll get a little more inconsistency.
And on a 10-teamer, I want the best player. And I think Gibbs has the best upside there.
Yeah, great point.
Grim in here. Kyron Williams, Zach Moss, Isaiah Pacheco, and Rashad White. He needs to start 2 in full PPR. Mike, where are you heading on this? 2 of those.
Trying to remember the matchups.
Rams got
I'm gonna roll with Zach Moss for sure, just based on the usage that he got last week, and I think I'm gonna roll with Kyron Williams. Catch the ball out of the backfield. Forget who the Rams are playing this week. It is a tougher matchup, isn't it?
They got the Bengals on Monday night.
Bengals Monday night. Yeah, I'll roll with Kyron Williams, and Zach Moss.
I would love to start Pacheco, but I feel like he is questionable right now. Last I saw, so it's a little scary. It's Bears would be nice.
But if he is playing, the Chiefs are 12.5-point favorites against that Bears team. The over-under is sitting up at like 46.5, but it's all Chiefs. So if Pacheco's a full go, he's probably a good start this week.
Michael's got a question in here. He just traded Puka away for Quentin Johnston and Miles Sanders. Was this a mistake, Simon?
I don't know. I was talking about this last night a little bit with the guys at IBT. Puka Nacua, while fantastic right now, is going to lose insane value in a couple of weeks whenever Cooper Kupp comes back. It's not just going to be, he goes from a plug-and-play wide receiver 1 to, he's a high-end wide receiver 2. Like, Cooper Kupp's probably going to be the guy getting 20 targets a week. That's what we know from Matthew Stafford. That's what we've seen from him. So I think you probably could have gotten a little bit more, Michael, given Puka's inflated value right now. But looking at like season-long value, I don't know if this is a bad trade. You're just going to feel the brunt of it for the next 3 weeks until Cooper Kupp comes back. It's not going to feel good watching Puka continue to get peppered with targets, but it's a 18-week season, not a 4-week season.
All right. Well, Mike, you got that last question correct. So you get to send JL to his first category or his next category.
JL, catch this.
Ooh, catch what?
I'll go,
let's go with 300.
All right. Which of these wide receivers has more PPR fantasy points than their team's quarterback? We have Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Reynolds, or Devonta Smith?
Finding Nemo. This isn't a movie question too, Joe?
No.
All right, let me actually read the question. 50 PPR fantasy points. Let's go with Devonta Smith.
JL, you are correct. That's going to get you $300. Devonta Smith does have more PPR fantasy points than Jalen Hurts at this time.
He's so good. He's doing so good. I'm so proud of him.
Man, but Jalen Hurts is his quarterback. I would have never sniffed that one out, JL. That was I was with the chat all thinking it was Pittman.
JL got that one right. He did a good job. So JL, you got that right. You get to send Simon to his next category. Where are you going to send Simon?
Oh, send Simon to former teammates.
All right. I'll take former teammates for 4, please.
Ryan Fitzpatrick and Deshaun Jackson.
Where did Deshaun Jackson play? It was probably one of those damn NFC East teams where Ryan Fitzpatrick lived for a while. Let's go with the Buffalo Bills.
It's actually the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, that's it.
Remember the press conference?
Shoot.
And he stole his tracksuit.
God, that was like I overthought it. I got too cute. Didn't go back to like the details I knew in my brain.
Well, it was a $400 question, so it was a tough one. But Mike, good news for you. You get to pick your own category and your own value.
Let's go catch this for 400.
All right. This player has the highest receptions line in the Real-Time Sports DFS Pick'em contest for tomorrow night's matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants at 4.5 receptions. Which player is it? Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Darren Waller, or Christian McCaffrey?
I'm going to go 49ers seem to spread the ball around a little bit more. I'm going to go Darren Waller.
Sorry, the correct answer is Deebo Samuel at 4.5.
It's crazy that there's 3 49ers on that. Like that close.
49ers are getting all the love. And if you guys got that one right in the chat or think you want to play a game like this, you should head to rtsports.com/alarm. First-time depositors get a 100% instant match up to 200. And if you can get 2 or more props right, you're going to win some cash. 2 right wins 3 times your entry. 3 right wins 6. 4 right wins 10. And 5 right wins 20x your entry. So if you enjoyed that question, again, that's rtsports.com/alarm.
We got Swamp in here with a question for us. I'm in my Smash League, half PPR. I can only start 4. I've got Nico, Christian Kirk, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, and Chris Godwin. Which one of these players is he benching? Mike, what do you think? Which one of these guys is he going to bench this week? Some good options for sure.
I'm loving Nico's target share. I'm loving Christian Kirkins. I am sitting Godwin out of this group.
Okay.
Hasn't gotten into the end zone yet. He's right around 10 points in PPR every week. I'm going to play upside, and I'm going to go with all the other guys over him.
I think I'm benching Kirk out of these. There's the least trust through 2 weeks that he's going to regularly see the field. In week 1, we saw Zay Jones was clearly running ahead of him. Zay Jones gets injured, but then comes back into the game this week. As long as Zay is healthy, like I think Christian Kirk's uptick in usage was directly related to whatever Zay was dealing with in week 2. So I'm probably going to leave him on the wayside, but it's close between him and Godwin.
All right, Scott Fishing with a very serious question. When thinking about this Raiders team, do you ever wonder what time pub trivia is? No, who knows at this point? All right. So let's see. JL, you got that one correct. So is it Simon's turn?
Yeah.
That would. Oh no, because Mike. It was the. No, you're right.
I have zero memory.
Mike was the
anything
last
that happened
question.
before
It's JL's turn to pick his own
Yes, JL's
category.
turn. Pick your own category.
Okay. Let's go to grab bag for 400.
All right. What is this animal called? A clavigram, a corpus ringer, a hagfish, or a sheathworm?
Ugh, why would you do that?
Can you zoom in? looks like a worm.
Can I? I don't know how to do that. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to zoom in. Can you
So
not
what
see
is
it, buddy?
this? What is this?
Oh, wait.
tiny-
Oh, it's getting bigger.
Ew, don't say that.
Zoom out. Zoom out.
How did you even find this? All right, can you zoom out so I can see the name?
It was
again?
this was actually in his stool this morning. He just took a picture in the bathroom.
Corpus ringer, clavigram, hagfish, or sheathworm.
So gross looking.
You got to go with the most disgusting.
I'm gonna go with clavigram.
Isn't that an instrument?
Actually, a hagfish. Yeah.
Clavigram just seemed like the one that Joey would randomly make up.
No, so my wife said, "Oh, we used that picture because my wife used to be a biology teacher." She goes, "We've used that picture in a clavigram," and I was like, that's one of the options."
Nice.
Don't know what a clavigram is, but
It's technically related.
That thing's disgusting.
right?
Just vile.
Probably thinks
Well,
the same about you.
You're right.
JL missed that one.
Look at
The
that
Simon.
disgusting hairy worm.
What if there's a bunch of hairs on the inside? That'd be so gross.
That would be
Or
vile.
teeth.
Or hairy teeth. I'm going to try to catch Mike here with this one and go with catch this for 500.
Which one of these wide receivers has over 200 receiving yards on the season? Keenan Allen, Tutu Atwell, Nico Collins, or Rashid Shaheed?
Oh, God.
So only one of them has over 200. I think I said 2,000. Over 200 receiving yards on the season.
I feel like it's not Keenan Allen, even though he's the one that's killing it for fantasy. I feel like he's got the touchdowns in there, making it happen. Nico Collins has been heavily targeted, and CJ Stroud has thrown for a ton of yards. The wide receiver one on that off. I'm going to go Nico Collins here as the only one with over 200 receiving yards.
Simon, you are correct, my friend. You have tied Mike.
Light it up.
And I think we are all pretty high on Nico Collins coming into the rest of the season. Where is his line at? Is he moving into like wide receiver 2 territory? Is he there now? Or does he still need to kind of bridge that tier? Mike, what do you think?
I think with his target share and with the amount of yards that he's accumulated through 2 weeks, I think he's absolutely a wide receiver 2 at this point. I'd like to see it. for a few more weeks. But I heard, and I can't remember who it was earlier, that said, with the emergence of somebody like Tank Dell, it doesn't seem like that would take a whole lot from Nico's plate. And because they do operate in different, different route trees, etc. And so, I think he's right there on that 2-3 border at this point, leaning more towards a 2.
And in my mind, I couldn't care less if Tank Dell fully emerges and is on the field for 90% of snaps, because CJ Stroud's throwing the ball 45 times a game right now on average. Like, I don't know if it's going to stay that high, but if they maintain this offensive philosophy, keep getting down in games, Tank Dell and Nico Collins and Robert Woods can all be fantasy relevant. I'm with you. Nico Collins firmly up there in that wide receiver 2 camp.
Grimfan had a question. How do we feel about starting the Raiders defense this week? JL, how are you feeling about Raiders defense?
I don't remember.
I got the Steelers. The Steelers on Sunday night.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's middle of the pack matchup for me in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
On the last question, a lot of people thought Tutu out well, but Andrew went and cheated and pulled it up and said he had 196. He just looked it up.
Oh, that's a dirty question there.
It was a $500 question too.
Yeah, that was close.
I don't feel bad about being dirty when it comes to that. Who had the Nico Collins question?
I did.
Oh, Simon did. So you get to pick Mike's next category.
Mike, you've been doing a lot of football questions so far, so I'm going to send you to grab bag.
Hagfish, here we come. 500. Let's go.
Oh, Mike, you're not going to like this question.
This is a double hagfish question. I'm going to scream.
It's even worse. Story. Which one of these is not a song on the new Olivia Rodrigo album?
Not
Bad Idea, right? Get Him Back, Guts, Lacey, Making the Bed, or Vampire?
Let's go with the thing I hate the most in this world, and let's go Making the Bed.
Oh, I like your logic. It's actually Guts.
Oh, I should have had
That's
some.
the name of the album, but it's not a song on the album.
When you said the thing I hate most in the whole world, I thought for sure you were going to say Guts. And I don't know why. Just in my head, it was like, Guts.
See, that's where I was confused, because when he said the thing he hates most in the world and he went to Florida State, I thought he was going to say Lacey, because that was my ex-girlfriend's name. So I figured
he must have known the same girl there in Tallahassee.
All right. So, Mike, I apologize. You missed that Olivia Rodrigo question. You really seemed like Olivia. I thought you were going to
next time.
One. Yeah. JL, you get to pick your own category and your own value, and possibly let me go. Which
all right, let's go with former teammates, 500.
All right, former teammates for 500. Alex Smith and Samaje Perine.
Washington.
You are correct. It is the Washington insert canceled name. Good job, JL.
Yeah, thank you.
Nailed it.
I remember those days. Samaje was a dynasty. He rode my bench on my dynasty team. It's pretty nice.
He's riding the bench of my dynasty teams right now too.
Hey, me too.
My sloppy seconds.
Front Yard Fantasy is just the place where Samaje Perine lives on the bench. Joey can make
sloppy Samaje seconds.
It's only 2 weeks. He might. I don't know. He might make a comeback. All right, JL. Congratulations there. You get to send Simon to his next category. Where's Simon?
Send Simon to NFL team movies.
200 for me.
A group of angels come down from heaven for one wild night on Bourbon Street.
This is the New Orleans Saints.
That is correct. It is the New Orleans Saints. And I did have to Google, is a saint an angel? And in some beliefs it is. So
close enough is what I say.
Yeah, close enough. Grim saying Vampire is a good song and everyone should listen to it.
You probably should.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Simon, you got that right. So you can send Mike to his next category.
Mike, let's send you to former teammates.
All right. Let's do 200.
Okay. Former teammates, 200. Curtis Samuel and Cam Newton.
The Carolina Panthers.
That is correct. You get $200 for answering that one correct.
And Making the Bed is a stupid song name. I mean, come on.
It is a stupid song name.
Come on, Olivia.
Mike, I need to know, like, what aspects of Making the Bed do you hate the worst?
Doing it.
I'm with you because that's how I feel about laundry. What's the worst part about laundry? All of it.
Yeah, I'm cool with laundry. The bed, just not. No, it's essentially like me in Tallahassee with Joey.
Making
Kenny
the bed
Chesney
is
slept
my
in it.
Yeah.
I don't kiss and tell.
It never smelled the same again.
Kenny does.
Dale, that
Kenny
was
does.
good. Oh, that was good. Hey, Graham in here. How long does it take Joey to make the questions for this game show? Graham, entirely too long. Like entirely too long. And most of the time it's just me laughing hysterically at a desk. And my wife just thinks I'm crazy. So yeah, just way too long. And then we found out something about Dustin today. Making the bed is pointless. You're just going to sleep in it again.
Showering is pointless. You're just gonna get dirty again.
Wiping your ass is pointless. You're just going to do it again.
we can keep going, Dustin.
Oh God, I'm losing track of who's knocking points and getting points right. Sam, you got that right?
No, Mike got that one right.
Mike got it right. Send JL to his next category, Mike.
All right. Let's go catch this.
All right, 200.
200 JL. Tell me, this double initialed wide receiver leads the league in receiving yards.
JJ. That might have been
That is
LL.
correct.
I don't know.
It
I
is
can't
Justin
tell.
Jefferson.
LL Cool JJ.
LL Cool J does lead the league in reception.
LL Cool
receiving
JJ.
yards.
It just keeps going forever. LL Cool, JJ Cool, LL Cool, JJ Cool.
Jay Felicio saying Jeff Jarrett. No, he does not.
Close. He's third, I think.
No. All right, JL. Good job getting that question correct. You can send Simon to his next category.
All right, let's send Simon to NFL name geography.
Okay, let's take the last big one off the board. 400.
All right. Beloved offensive coordinator north of the United States.
Matt Canada.
That is correct. It is Matt Canada. Simon, congratulations. How are I'm not even asking. I'm not going to ask a Matt Canada question. I'm going to be nice today. Simon, you got that right. You get to send Mike to his next category.
Let's send Mike to former teammates.
A little gamesmanship from Simon. Go the 100. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
Kansas City Chiefs.
That is correct, Mike. That's going to bring you up to $1,300. All right, guys. You're going to head to the sports book with $100. Which one of these players has more fantasy points by the end of the season? Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce? Where's your money going, Jail?
Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce's far too distracted by Taylor Swift right now.
It's a great reason. And I also agree with JL, and that's exactly the same reasoning. Tyreek Hill, Taylor Swift is much too big of a distraction.
Go Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, baby.
There we go. Are you a Dolphins fan?
I am. Diehard.
Okay.
Dolphins.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I like the Dolphins. I'm a Bucks fan, but I don't have anything against the Dolphins. So I'm glad that we found common ground today here, Mike.
And I don't have anything against the Bucks, so perfect.
This is great. We're just
The Bucks should steal the Finns slogan. Bucks up.
That's the Finns slogan is Bucks up.
It's fins up.
Fins up.
Fins up. Oh.
Bucks up. What the Bucks up, guys?
All right. So I picked JL. We're going grab bag.
All right, 200.
200. How many Nintendo home entertainment systems have there been? And when I say Nintendo home entertainment system, I'm talking non like handheld Game Boys, like
You're talking consoles?
Consoles.
Or NES? Okay.
Yes.
200. Huh. Entertainment, Nintendo. I don't know. 6?
It's actually 8. 8. I was surprised at that too, but that's what the Joodle machine
Matt
told me.
Canada?
Matt Canada. Yes,
the
that's
answer?
correct, Jay. Let me give you points. Simon, we're headed to you. You get to pick your own category and value.
I could have sworn that last one was 7. I wonder if they're counting the Switch and the OLED Switch as 2 different home consoles.
I saw the listing. There's a console that was Nintendo's very first console that you got a game and that's it. And then you had to buy another brand new console to play another game.
Gotcha.
So that was their first one. So
missed that one. I'll take NFL name geography for 200.
Okay. An injured RB1 who keeps Central Texas weird.
Austin Eckler.
That is correct, Simon. Good job. Simon likes my riddles.
That was a good clue, Joey. Took me a second. I like that one.
It keeps. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. How long do we think Austin Eckler is going to be out this season, guys? Is it just like a 1 or 2 week thing, or is it going to be going on a while?
I just try to listen to what's coming out of the team camps in regards to this. It doesn't sound super major at this point, but you got to keep listening. And I hope if you're the Austin Eckler manager that you picked up not just the Josh Kelly, but maybe a Jerome Ford or a Kyron Williams or a Brian Robinson, one of these guys that emerged to fill in the meantime.
If you have Austin Eckler on your team and you don't have Joshua Kelly, are there any waiver wire running backs out there this week you guys would be interested in? Like if Jerome Ford is still out there, like is that going to be a good fill-in until Eckler gets back, or do you think you need to maybe possibly make a trade? What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, Jerome Ford is still on your waiver wire. You should definitely pick him up just to see what the split is going to be. It's got a huge opportunity here in Cleveland.
I'm curious after yesterday what the rostership percentage for a guy like Roschon Johnson looks like, who was still pretty out there before this week ran. So he's sitting at around 53% in sleeper leagues right now, sleeper PPR 1 quarterback leagues. It's another name on the waiver wire that I think after not as exciting of a week 2, after the big week 1 game, that you could go out there and pick up now. That second waiver run on Thursdays or free agents tomorrow. Check to see if Roschon Johnson's sitting there, and you could do worse than him, especially in this game that's supposed to be relatively high scoring against the Chiefs.
Grim fan had a good call out here with Kendre Miller, with him practicing now. He's full go in practice, and Jamal Williams going to miss time. Until Alvin Kamara gets back, he'd be a really good 1 week play.
Sorry to everyone who blew their fab on Tony Jones Jr. But we've seen it before.
Mm-hmm. All right, Simon, you got that right? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, are we sorry that if somebody blew their fab on Tony Jones Jr.,
that's on them. We're not that sorry. That's on you, man.
Yeah, that's on you.
You're playing against them. That's a good thing.
I'm going to send Mike to NFL team movies.
All right, for 100. Jack and the Beanstalk, but it takes place in the largest city in the United States.
New York Giants, baby.
That is correct. The New York Giants. And I'll tell you, I posed this question to our New York Giants fan on staff, Jay Felicio, and he missed it. And my mind was bottled.
That's just because after 2 weeks, all Giants fans are trying to erase the memory of the New York Giants from their brain and any hope that they did have coming into this season, because it is not looking pretty so far. They've had one good half of football.
I was about to say, should we look at the first 3 halves of football or that last half? Which Giants are we getting this year, Simon?
Probably somewhere in between the two. I don't think we're going to see the 40-0 blowout Giants that we saw in week 1 losing to the Cowboys, but that was a special collapse by the Arizona Cardinals at the end of that game. We can't give all the credit to the Giants, though Daniel Jones did show up to maybe what we expected, what they're paying him for in the second half there. This is an offense that'll flash. They're missing playmakers in the receiving core outside of Darren Waller, so they're going to be capped. And without Saquon Barkley, it's going to be rough. But I'd say in between the two, probably closer to the 40-0 blowout until Saquon comes back.
All right. See, Mike, you got that right. You're going to send JL to his last category.
All right. Let's go name geography.
All right, 100.
Falcons wide receiver across the pond.
Drake London.
If I could give you extra points for the accent, JL, I would, but there's no button for me to do that. Let me ask you, JL. Drake London, week 1, oof, rough. But week 2, definitely promising. If you have Drake London, are you looking to trade him high? Like just at a ceiling right now, buzzes a little bit, or are you wanting to just how to kind of hold him a little bit longer?
No, everything we're seeing here in week 2 is still too early, like too few sample sizes, too few observations to really take much out of it. We know Drake London is a talented NFL wide receiver. Most people aren't questioning that. But his offense is still figuring it out. So we're going to have these up and down games, and we've only seen 2 games. So if you are completely out on Drake London, yes, go trade him. But do that on any players that you are really out on, but have a really great performance in the first couple weeks.
That's me. I'm out on Drake London, and I'm out on Kyle Pitts, and I'm out on the receiving options for this Atlanta Falcons team. And so if you get a good game from London or Pitts, I say go and shop them immediately. Just try to cash in, because this passing volume is just going to be so inconsistent. It's not that you won't get good games out of them. It's just going to be difficult to pin down when they're going to come. When's it going to be a Pitts week? When's it going to be a London week? And then Patterson coming back, I know we're kind of ignoring it, may throw another wrinkle into this passing attack that already has limited pieces to go around.
Coming from the last question, Michael saying, Cardinals just trying to prove themselves so they can win before remembering they're tanking for Caleb.
Moral victories.
There's a few teams out there that forgot they were supposed to be tanking for Caleb this year. All right. And I'm seeing some chatter about the Bears defensive coordinator getting his home rated by the FBI. If somebody could look that up, that's very intriguing. All right. Let's see. I believe, JL, you got that correct with a beautiful accent work. Kudos for that. So you get to pick Simon's last category.
Send Simon to catch this.
Catch this.
Didn't want to see that $100 grab back question, huh? Okay. This player leads all rookies. Heck, all players in receptions for 2023.
Heck, this is Puka Nacua.
I got really paranoid.
I got really paranoid for a second. All knowledge left my brain, and I forgot where I was, who I was, and what sport we were talking about.
I think FYF now holds a record for this last 2 weeks of being the show that went the longest without talking about Puka Nacua. So congratulations, guys. Craig, get it in the record books. We did it.
48 minutes into a show of week 2 of the 2023 season, and nobody said Puka Nacua out loud. Honestly, you might be right, Joey.
Like we
said it 1,000 times yesterday.
Yeah, we hit our quota yesterday. Yeah.
I think I said it like 15 times in the span of 2 sentences. I don't know how I did that.
Have you guys seen any of the Puka Nacua trades going around at all? Have you seen
I've
anybody
seen some
trying to shop
questions asked about Puka Nacua trades. I saw one yesterday that asked Puka Nacua and Derrick Henry for Bijan Robinson and Jamar Chase was the question that came in, asking if he would make that move. Absurd, right?
Absurd.
It was absolutely absurd whenever we jumped on it. But it just told me, while I thought that was an absurd trade, if that's being asked and you've got Puka Nacua, go make some offers.
Go be annoying.
Go be so annoying for the next week, man.
You have the opportunity to. There was a question asked on Chris Towers on the Fantasy in 5 with CBS where somebody asked him, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Puka Nacua. I have to sit one. Which one am I sitting this week? And with the Joe Burrow news, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, which one of those would you be sitting? That's a tough question. Mike, if you had to sit one of those guys, who would you sit?
I'm probably going to sit T. Higgins. I know that, at least out of those 3, with what Puka's doing, I think you have to keep riding it until Cooper Kupp comes back. I'm actually in this dilemma myself. I'm really, really deep at wide receiver and trying to get better at quarterback in one of my leagues. And I was trying to figure out who I wanted to trade. And I think it's going to end up being Drake London over Puka Nacua. Even when Cooper Kupp comes back, I think I still like Puka better than Drake London. So I know that goes off topic from where you were, but out of those 3, I'm sitting T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a crazy place we are. That's where we are. Love fantasy football.
Fantasy football.
Dustin
stupid.
Saying it's the apocalypse. Be prepared. How do we ban someone?
That's pretty good, Dustin.
All right, guys. Well, we're done with the regular questions, and we're going to move to our final Jeopardy category. The category is going to be the ocean.
What do you mean the category is the ocean, Joe?
Category is the ocean.
Ah, shit. I don't know if I have anything to write with. What's a desk
And
without a
I
pen?
just wanted to say to everyone that's been watching me here on Front Yard Fantasy for the last year and a half, it has been fantastic.
Oh, it hasn't.
Being here with you guys.
It's just been all
Write your
right.
wagers down. Hopefully, I don't have to do any math, but we have a close game here today, guys. So I am going to have to do some math.
We
So
do
let me
have
get
a
my
close
phone
game.
out. And as per tradition, we did not tell our guest that he needed to have paper.
The ocean.
The ocean.
Frank or other?
11, 12,
Plenty
and
of
13.
questions, so.
Let's see. Why do I have so many dead Sharpies in my desk? Okay, I got my wager ready.
Okay. Everybody got their wagers? Let me see. Mike, what's your wager?
600.
600? Okay. Let me just do a little math here. JL, what's your wager?
0 from JL.
Oh, JL taking that way out. And then Simon.
I'm the anti-JL going 1900.
All right. And here's your question, gentlemen. Roughly what percentage of shark attacks occur to males on males? I didn't get this question written correctly.
What?
Shark attacks occur on males.
Yeah.
What percentage of shark attacks occur
top of
on
males?
males? Well,
A 50, B 70, 90, or C 90%.
Okay. I got the correct answer.
All right. Gentlemen, let me see your responses. B, C, and B. And Simon, with $3,800, you're going to win the game today. Congratulations.
Woo!
It is C90.
I'd only ever seen
Wow.
a woman be attacked by a shark in a movie, Rip Girl Surfing. Besides that, every other instance I've read about or seen on TV was male. So I went with the 90% on that one.
The female shark attack movie you're talking about, Soul Surfer, that's the one, not
Yes.
Jaws?
Yeah,
Okay,
Soul
just wanted
Surfer. Sorry, I said the wrong Disney Channel movie. It was a different Disney Channel movie. Mike, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come and play our game with us today. It was an absolute treat, my friend.
I appreciate it, guys. It was a blast.
Everybody watching, if you're not already following Mike, you need to go and fix that right now. You can find him on Twitter at FF Talas. It's right there below his face on the screen. You can also find it in the description to this YouTube video, wherever you're watching, on BSN or on Front Yard Fantasy. And check out his work over at FTN Data and FTN Bets. Woo, that was a fun game, guys. That is going to be it for us today, though. We'll be back tomorrow with some more fantasy football game show fun. Enjoy your Wednesday night. Get prepped for week 4 to start, or week 3. Oh my God, I'm losing track of time already this season. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Adios,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thanks again,
Bye.
guys.